one of the all-time greatest trading cards ever made, and who could have ever thought in 1909 when the E90-1 American caramel product come out that they would depict this card and it would mean so much. Joe Jackson, who obviously became referred to as Shoeless Joe Jackson, would become one of the most prolific figures and prolific victims, I guess, of how most people hold it, with his involvement with the 1919 Black Sox and being banished from baseball. Perhaps the most talented player in the eyes of Ty Cobb. He considered him the best player of all time, which is saying a lot because Ty Cobb thought pretty highly of himself. The lore of what could have been is actually part of the draw for Joe Jackson and kind of what he's become to investors. So what we have is his agreed upon rookie card issued in that E90-1 product, and this particular example awarded a 1.5 technical grade is actually very admirable. It wasn't far from having received an eye appeal sticker from us, just because usually when you're dealing with cards that are in this poor to fair range, you're dealing with heavy creasing and oftentimes paper loss or heavy staining. We don't have that here. And yes, we have some creasing. Yes, there's a lot of corner rounding, but there's no major flaws that really affect the overall portrait of the card. And especially on the back, as you flip it over, I mean, that's a pretty well preserved back. There's no major paper loss, no major globs of stuff on it, for scrapbook residue or these kinds of things. It's really about as good as you're going to do. So for a 1.5, very admirable card, and definitely one that I think people could wait a long time to find one at this grade level that looks better. So just a little bit of wear, well, not a lot of wear, but a little bit of surface wear and a little bit of dinging around the surfaces, but just pretty tolerable given the technical grade. I just think as the market continues to mature, it's these high-profile vintage cards, which I think are really going to set a foundation that a lot of portfolios build themselves in. These are the stable pieces which really have the most history and data around performance. I just think these are the cards that really blend out what are the other types of diversifications that we go into with the modern cards, which have more volatility. These are just important investment pieces, and certainly Joe Jackson, as his representation to baseball and America in general, is just one of those figures that really embodies what trading cards are all about.